And one of the things I'm seeing a lot of for you guys is from you guys is I'm seeing a lot on McDonald in my comments. I'd get like 1,000 comments every few days, sometimes over 1,000 in a day. So I do try to chime in, and sometimes they'll pop up and get my attention, and I try to respond if I can. But a lot of you guys are really big on McDonald staying, and I just have to tell you, there's a lot of bad news tonight. Gonna get a lot of bad news. But you'll get some good news. I just not likely to stay, and I have to say sorry. And before, thanks for watching, guys, on the old Rumble machine. I really appreciate you. Before this game, her chances were okay, but this is not what you do in your last game. Now, she had 14 points. 14 points. And essentially almost led all scorers. Howard had 15. But that's not her job tonight. Her job was to pass the ball, and she failed at it. I'm not laying it all at her, and she hustled and worked really hard, but the experiment's over. And they need what they need from what you saw tonight. They need forwards that have defense. That's what this team needs. You don't need another guard. You have Caitlin Clark. Now, Caitlin Clark could come back on Saturday and all the problems are solved and we're high as a kite again. And that's pro sports. But I just don't see that even putting Caitlin Clark back in with this team so inconsistent, how that's going to fix everything overnight. I don't know. Maybe it will. Maybe. Thanks for watching, guys. On the old YouTube and the old Rumble machine, this is a tough night. So thank you guys for watching. If you are just joining me, I'll just say my name is Jason J. Daniel. This is the Jason J. Daniel Show. I do a post game after every Fever. You can find it in my archive, all the Fever games this season. And I also do other stuff too on my podcast. So thanks for following. I really appreciate that. But we'll get back to McDonald. So I'm not laying this all to her feet, but I just got to say, if they win this game and she has a good game, it makes it hard for the team. But she didn't have a good game. Turned it over, bad threes. Look, she had scoring, but that's not your job. If you're not Caitlin Clark and you're a point guard and you're leading and scoring, and you're not Steph Curry, Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Plum, someone of that magnitude, you're not doing your job. Again, I told you I'm going to be hard on this team. So her contract situation was weird anyway. They were going to have to make sacrifices to keep her, and it didn't look likely. There's a story, IndyStar.com. I'm not going to go to it. I might, but I just prefacing this. But they did a story. Now, I did a clip earlier that you can watch that breaks that down earlier this week. So you can watch that on my archive. Guys, thanks for watching. But there's also a really great story. The Indy Star breaks down the contract situation, and it's pretty bleak as far as keeping her. It wasn't meant to be. So if they keep her, she's going to have to stay home and wait for them to call. And then what they're paying her now counts against the cap. They may not have cap room, so it's unlikely. But this did not help tonight. You don't need more guards. You need forwards that are going to be in the paint doing the job of a forward. AARI McDonald, like I said earlier, 14 points. But I just again, that's not her job. 3 turnovers, 2 assists. It's not your job. Your job is to pass that ball. I'd rather see 8 assists, 7 assists. She could do it. I just didn't see it. 2 for 6 at the 3. We don't need McDonald taking. I just don't. You guys like that, but I just 6 no. And then missed 2 free throws. Got 8 opportunities. Missed 2 free throws. And I also think that could be the reason why they're stretching Caitlin out is the minute she comes back, Ari's sitting down. She's gone. She will be terminated. And read the Indy Star article, and that's something that's a reality. So unfortunately, the other thing you need to know before we wrap, I know I'm so depressing tonight. I'm sorry. I got to be real with you. McDonald's experiment is over. And they're just not going to bring her back. There's no way to do it. And the truth is, if they cut her, which they're going to have to, for Caitlin to come back, they have to cut her. So they're going to cut her probably Friday if they will. Maybe they're trying to get another week out of her. Maybe that's why they're just milking it with Caitlin because they have the luxury. But you lose this game, you don't got the luxuries. Look, losing changes the timeline. So when they lost this game and she didn't play well, now look, 14 points that's not an indicator of how well she played. This team lost big, so that doesn't matter. So if you're not playing well and you're on the bubble and you need to give them excuses to not cut you, this is the excuse to cut you. The experiment is over. And again, they don't have the money financially on the cap to keep her and even to bring her back. I don't know if they can do it. So the experiment's over. Say goodbye to her. You may be mad, but that's just the way it goes. But you're going to trade her up for Caitlin. So look, you can't get it all. You just like the Stone said, you can't always get what you want, but you get what you need. And I think you need Caitlin Clark.